When I have my one-on-one calls with my clients, many ask me about the new and returning customers in Google Analytics 4. So in this video, I'll explain what they are and why they are becoming unreliable metrics to use. Hello data people, I'm Robert from Clicks.ly and I'm here to help you understand and analyze data to make better decisions in e-commerce. First, let's define new and returning users. In GA4, a new user is someone who visits your website for the first time. GA4 determines this by checking if the user has a GA4 browser cookie. If there's no cookie, the user is marked as new. And then it adds the browser cookie to the user so it knows to recognize it the next time. And a browser cookie is just a way to store small amount of data on each user's browser. On the other hand, returning user is someone who has visited your website before. GA4 recognizes them by browser cookie. If the cookie matches one already in GA4's records, the user is counted as returning. This distinction helps you understand how many people are discovering your site for the first time versus how many are coming back for more than first time, which can give you insights into your users' retention and new user behavior. Let me quickly show you where you can see new and returning users in GA4 reports. Now, before I tell you why you should not use these metrics, I just want to show you where they live in GA4. By default, many of the reports in GA4 have the new users metric. You can see it here. This is landing page report. You have it here. You also have it in the acquisition report by default. But where is the returning users? Now, unfortunately, I don't have the rights to edit this GA4, but if I go to my own website, I come here, I have this little pen icon, and if I click on it, I'm able to add more metrics. So if you click here, metrics, and then you come here and just search for returning, you see here returning users, and you could now drag it next to new users and apply it. Then here in the preview, you can see you have new users, returning users, and now if you just save it, then if you go back, now your report has both of them, new users and returning users, and here I have also users. Now maybe you're wondering, well, wait a minute, 79, 14, why isn't that the total users here? Well, actually these users are active users, so there's a small difference there. So that's why there might be some discrepancy. By the way, if you're struggling with GA4 and it just doesn't make any sense, but you need it to do your job better, then stop wasting time and just join my 5-day email course where I'll go through the most critical reports, metrics, and things you need to know to use GA4 specifically for e-commerce. You can join it for free by clicking on the first link in the video description. So here's the thing. Since GA4 uses cookies to track users, if a user clears their cookies, switches devices, or uses different browser, GA4 will not recognize them as returning user. On top of that, some browsers like Safari will remove the cookie automatically after 7 days. This means the same individual could be counted as new user multiple times, which can inflate the number of new users and underreport returning users. So, for example, if someone comes to your site today and then they come back in 8 days, they will be counted as 2 new users in GA4. So personally, I don't recommend using this metric. You can use it for very rough estimates, but it's just not reliable anymore. If you want more accurate tracking of returning users, then you have to ask the user to log in, and then you have accurate data. But I also get it, for many shops it's impossible to force a login. Now you know more about new and returning users in GA4, but if you use GA4, its default reports are full of metrics and dimensions you don't need, and using them will just waste your time. That's why you should watch this video next to learn the most useful reports in GA4 specifically for e-commerce.